Hey, Shane here again. Hope everybody's had a great day. So this is my third day of vlogging. I hope everybody's enjoyed the first two vlogs I put up, if that's what you want to call it. So today I was reading in Mark chapter 11, and it says Jesus was walking along with his disciples, and he comes along to a fig tree, and he says to himself, "I'd like a nice tasty fig today." So he walks up to the fig tree to pick a fig, but there's one problem. There's no figs on the tree. So the Bible says he was angry and he cursed the tree and it died. There should be fruit on our lives. You should look at your life and you should see fruit. There should be an outward expression of what's happening inwardly in your heart. The fruit of the Spirit, Galatians 5:22 says, is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So when you look at your life, are you seeing these things there? Are you a loving person? Do you love those who are around you? Are you kind to the people around you? Are you faithful to the people that God's placed in your life, that God's called you to? Are you gentle? Do you have self-control? Do you have control over your emotions? Can you control your anger? Or do you look at your life and do you fly off the handle all the time? Do you lack patience? Are you rude to other people? Are you an abusive person, verbally or physically? If you're a Christian, you should always be examining your life. It's not about what we do that matters. It's about the heart. But if our hearts are right, if we are coming before God each day and we're giving our heart to God, then we should see that manifesting in our life. So if you're not seeing that in your life, you need to go before God and you need to say, God, what's going on with my life? God, I'm an open book before you. Speak to me, God. Let me hear your voice. Is there a root of bitterness in your heart? Is there something that you can't forgive someone over? You can't forgive your dad because he did this to you. You can't forgive your parents for this or that. Is there a root of bitterness that sprung up in your heart? I don't know. But I'm just saying, look at your life. Examine yourself. Do you see the fruit of the Spirit? Do you see an outward manifestation of what's going on in your heart? So I'm just going to skip on down. And then it says in verse 21, the next day, that they were walking by the same fig tree. And Peter looks at it and he says, "Hey, Jesus, that fig tree that you cursed the other day, it's withered up. Who would have thought?" And so Jesus says to Peter, he says, "Have faith in God. Truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be taken up and cast into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes what he says is going to happen, it will be granted to him. Therefore I say to you, all things for which you pray and ask, believe that you have received them, and they will be granted to you." So Jesus is telling us that all things are possible with God. Remind yourself of that when you are going through the storm. Is there a mountain in front of you? I want to challenge you to speak to that mountain and tell it to move. You can actually speak to the obstacles that are in your life. You can speak to the things that you're struggling with, and with the authority of Christ in you, you can see those mountains move. I speak to mountains every single day because I'm a mountain mover, because I have faith in God. I've seen Him move mountains before, and I know He can do it again. So the two things I want to just leave you with today are, is there fruit in your life? When you look at your life, is there every day you can see, hey, there is an outward manifestation of what God is doing in my heart, in my life. People can look at me and see God. They can look at me and see God's handprint on my life. Or, the people look at you and you look just like everybody else, or you lack patience, or you fly off the handle. Look at your life. Is there an outward manifestation of what's going on in your heart? Do you have faith that God can do what He says He'll do? Are you a person who looks at the mountain and just cowers? I want to challenge you today. You're a conqueror. You're an overcomer. If Christ is in you, greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. All things are possible with God. Don't look at any mountain in fear. You're an overcomer. I hope this has encouraged you today. Thanks for watching these videos. Think about it.